What's up, T-folk? Time for 494. Are you doing the numbers?
Maybe.
Tea time!
Tea time!
Yeah.
Get your tea dance on.
Yeah.
And then, there's a tea leg somehow.
What were the TikTok terms again? I forget.
Chuggy.
Oh, yeah. Chewy on this.
Yeah. Chuggy on this. That's guaranteed not to be right, but I don't know what is right, so actually that might be it.
Yeah. Nailed it.
Dude, we have some, little kids in our neighborhood, and my wife was telling me that she overheard them saying, they're, maybe 9.
Yeah.
And they walk with my little guy home from school and stuff. It's cute. And they were saying that they use the phrase preppy to mean cool or cute now.
Oh, that was not cool or cute when...
No. And it's not even that they're preppy. So it's those Vans, those Vans skateboard sneakers are preppy. And I'm just like, what? What in the world? And then I'm realizing, dude, am I a boomer? Are we boomers now? What happened?
So anyway, maybe we should rebrand.
Yeah, Boomers DB.
TD Boomer.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So that's gray-haired, bald. Yeah, tea does cause balding, by the way. Absolutely. And,
oh, yeah.
Shout out to the memes.
And you know what? We're going to pause because I just realized I left the bottom of the tea.
Oh, wow.
So this part of the tray, essential for it to function. Thankfully, I checked that before I poured it down. So we did not have a tea accident.
It's been a very warm. Oh man. Okay. I'm very excited. That is pitch black, aged.
Yep.
Aged very well. You're definitely getting the garden dirt yum vibes.
Good. It's been a while since we got some garden terms.
I know, right? Yeah.
So this tea, I ordered some Liu Baos from TeasWeLike. I mean, these days I just have so much tea that I just like to order older stuff, lower quantity and a little pricier.
Yeah.
So this is one of those teas. Thought it'd be a fun one for an episode. Actually, I haven't tried this before, so curious how it will be. But yeah, split a 100-gram pouch with a friend.
Nice.
So it was 32 each. So it's a little on the pricey end, but it's not for the age of things. 60 cents a gram, 65 cents a gram. Not too bad.
It's not too bad. And especially if you're thinking about your daily coffee that you go and don't even think about when you're on your commute to work, that you just obliterate. And then the second one you have to fit in with your friends that you don't even like. What are you doing?
Wow.
Yeah.
Very specific.
We're getting into therapy, Doug.
Yeah.
Get out of here. God. There's
you
one Doug.
Use his real name. Spell it backwards.
Good.
Doug. Good.
Yeah, there's one Doug, and he's oh my god,
yeah.
Me? How did you know?
Better than drinking tea on a YouTube channel with a guy you don't even like. Yeah. Anyways, we're super serious. Guys.
Cheers.
Cheerio. So, I mean, Liu Bao, interesting, very comparable to ripe in a lot of ways.
Yes.
There's a couple of main differences. One is it's grown outside of Yunnan. It's grown in, I think, Guangxi is right. They use the small leaf varietal rather than the large leaf. So I think that results in kind of a lot of the difference of taste for Liu Bao versus something like a Pu'er.
Kind of a little bit of a spicy thing happening. Very similar in the ripe vibe. The actual liqueur, similarly, the leaves themselves, unlike a ripe, I suppose ripes can become like this, but they are pitch black.
Yeah.
Nutty. Oh man, really lovely. Quite sweet. The nose on it is a bit more gardeny. And that's kind of coming out now. Honestly, sitting here. Really nice. A little cooling. Almost kind of down tempo compared to the last tea we had. Anyway. Oof.
Yeah. These ones are kind of a nice tea to round out our sessions just because it's totally. Kind of one way you could do it is you could drink something really strong and get very hyped up.
Yeah.
Or you'd have this and it kind of recenters you.
Yeah. Almost maybe a little menthol-y kind of thing going on in there.
Yeah.
Really nice.
And usually the recommendations on teas like Liu Bao's is to use just a little more leaf than you would for pour. So that's what I'm doing here, just about 10%, 15% more
Got it.
leafage.
Cheers.
Cheerio.
Syrupy, like those kind of ripes can be.
Yeah, very earthy dirt, I would say,
so good.
in a nice way, but kind of like in a very sweet way.
Right.
So are we sponsored by Big Tomato, Big Beet?
Big compost.
Big Compost? Compost your tea, guys.
Yeah, why not? Oh, man. There's kind of a hint of that, like, charcoal, but sweet. Really lovely. Maybe just, like, a touch of some kind of high fruit notes. Oh, mom test?
No.
Yeah, I know, but it's so good.
If your mom likes Liu Bao, I think she'll like this one.
It's so smooth, though.
Okay.
But it's I agree. I mean, it's like not, it's really weird for a normal person to be like, this is tea.
Yeah. Ultralight?
I would say yes.
Okay. I would say so too.
Yeah.
Like profile-wise.
Yeah, definitely. Hard to imagine overbrewing this.
Yeah.
Oh,
I agree.
dude.
If your leaves are pitch black like
It's like
this.
wearing like a
very
warm
hard to
velvet blanket.
Be pretty good grandpa style too, I think.
Totally. Oh, man.
We're in a session. Finish it out earlier on.
Good question. Because I would put it like close to last, but not last.
Okay.
If you're gonna fit, well, I don't know. Honestly, this is a great way to end a session. Again, kind of bringing the flavors back down a little bit. The only concern I would be if you had something really punchy, bold, potentially sour, that you might lose a little bit of the sort of sensationability. That's not a word. Capacity to sense different flavors.
Don't use that word on the SAT.
Yeah,
You're going to get it wrong.
You're going to get an F.
I don't think you get
You
an F
cannot
on
get
the
an F on the
SAT.
SAT.
You'll get less than 9,000. Sorry
That's
about
true.
that, guys.
Yeah. Oh, man. I would... I could also see sort of putting this early. I mean, it has some like delicate flavors to it. It's quite sweet.
It might kind of depend on what sort of session you
Totally.
Because you could have a session that's sort of like what we do here at TDB, where you vary the flavors. Like, we usually don't drink the same type of tea twice in our sessions. Or you could have one where you're drinking, like, if you went from a ripe to this, that could be interesting in its own way, even though they are similar. I don't know. I don't know if I'd put this before or after.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
This is so good. Sweet, so earthy. If you love your ripe, you're going to love this. But it has so much more complexity and depth. Again, I love the kind of charcoal vibe to this. It has those, like, again, it's like being in the garden, but it's sweet. I don't know how to describe that better. Oh, dude. Yeah, this is a pickup for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, and again, $3 a session?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah. Unless you are very, very frugal. I mean, the sticker price is one thing, but yeah, it's like $3 for the amount of leaf we're here. Probably $3.20, but it's not like it's not like you're really gonna break the bank very quickly that way.
Oh man, maybe there's like hints of like chocolatiness. Again, a lot of the ripe flavors that I love, but just like better. And it sounds like a cop out to say that.
I mean, honestly, that's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
A lot of times, it's like, is this flavor-wise, description-wise, totally different from some things? Right. Maybe a little bit, but mostly it's just better.
Yeah.
And there's also a natural aging component that you can taste on these older teas that you're not going to get on like a younger, right?
So clean, deeper notes. It's like vanilla extract versus vanilla bean. It's the same kind of stuff, but there just is more richness to the flavors themselves. Oh, wow. Nice. This is really good.
Yeah.
I'm
Difficult to
gonna buy
overbrew, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, unbeknownst to us, we have done 2 TeasWeLike episodes in a row.
Yeah.
So, I mean, shout out to their selection. They do have some very nice teas there. Especially if you're looking for kind of special occasion type teas.
Yeah, absolutely. And for folks who are just getting into, maybe they've had a few ripes, they've heard about Liu Bao teas, they've had some raw teas. Where would you put this in sort of the progression of getting familiar with this category? Would this be one of the first Liu Baos that you would look to?
I think it's perfectly fine for an early Liu Bao. I think if you had a handful of ripes and a handful of raws, this would be appropriate. I probably wouldn't say this should be your first kind of fermented dark tea.
Yeah.
That being kind of a category that encompasses both this as well as pu'er. I think it's nice to get that baseline of the tea that's more commonly available.
Mm-hmm.
That way you can pick up on what sets this tea apart, I think a little easier, because the way we learn things and do things is largely with comparison. So
totally.
Comparing this with like a 7572 ripe, which is a perfectly fine ripe.
Right.
But this is very different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so viscous. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And we bring some teas on that they're complex and hard to place, and it's sort of like this mystery box that you're just kind of unsure about. This is straightforward, but it's so good. Like, again, it's like perfectly cooked eggs or something. You know the thing, but doing it really well can be a next level experience. And this is what this is like.
Yeah, tea doesn't need to be complex to be good. It could just be good, even with very familiar flavors and whatnot. You want to cut real fast, and then we'll just it will flash, bro.
Okay. And for a tea like this, kind of stuffed to the brim, Gaiwan, reboiling the water.
Yep.
How long do you think these kind of sessions would go for, steep size?
I think you're going to get a little bit less out of this than maybe the equivalent for pu'er.
Yeah.
Which is fine. We don't brew many of the teas to completion here.
Sure.
But I think you're going to get, solid 7-8 steeps for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you really want to, you can boil the leaves. You can sit on this for a while, like give it like a 10-minute steep, things like that.
Totally.
And those are a pretty easy way to extend the lifetime.
And one thing you can do too is kind of desensitize your taste buds to the tea by taking a break away from the tea for, 20 minutes, have a bunch of water.
Yeah, lick a rock.
Walk. I've actually tried to be vaguely serious about this episode. I like it so much, and then just none. Anyway, but yeah, you could come back to this tea and probably get a bit more out of it that way too. So you're not necessarily extending the longevity of the tea, but sort of your sensitivity to the tea.
Yeah. I mean, there's no reason to pound this tea and do all the steeps all at once.
Yeah.
Space it out throughout the day. Have a few. In fact, that's what I've been doing with these Liu Baos. It's like, it'll be my tea of the day. I'll have a few steeps early on, a couple steeps after lunch, and then, they're nice and mellow. You're not going to feel super caffeinated from a tea like this.
Yeah. Oh man, especially with a tea like this, where the residual mouth flavors are so potent and lively, you're just getting so much longevity out of it from taste. So so good.
You bring up a good point too, because the tea is very mellow and easy to drink, but there is also a certain liveliness to it that you're not necessarily going to get in all of these Liu Baos.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I'm going to do one last one here.
Yeah, please. Home run tea. Yeah. Immediate favorite. We get so much tea. There's just infinite backlog of samples. And yeah, for me, when I text James afterwards being like, what's the link for this again? That's a good sign.
Yeah.
The color's still holding up quite well. We might expect a bit of the mouthfeel, a bit of the viscosity to start to dampen a little bit here.
Right. And you can already see that I am extending these steeps just a little bit.
Yeah.
But perfectly normal there. Cheers.
Cheers.
Do you think your mom would like this?
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Denny's mom is a different test than the mom test. Not to be too confusing about it.
Yeah. Damn, dude.
In fact, your dad might be closer to the actual mom test than your mom.
Yes. That's a good, the dad test. Yeah. J. Dulong's just primo, perfect.
Yeah.
Something like this. I don't know, Denny. That mayonnaise is a little spicy. You Midwestern boys. Anyway.
Shout outs to the Midwest.
Yeah, let's offend.
Probably don't give you enough shit.
Let's start by regions. We'll just try to offend everyone.
Yeah. 2024, autumn is going to be the year of offend the Midwest.
Oh, man.
Get my casserole.
So, yeah. My potato salad and call me Jimmy. Yum, yum. No idea.
Yeah. Both our dads are Midwest boys, actually.
Yeah,
so,
I have nothing but love for the Midwest, but I'm just dumb. So
yeah.
Anyway, this is so good. If you're a tea nerd, I think you should go buy this tea. Yeah, I don't have too much else to say about it.
Yeah,
Approved.
and we'll probably be bringing some more teas we like Liubao's too. But yeah, I will say that I generally am quite fond of these teas. Yeah, they're really easy to drink and very rewarding as well.
Totally. Subscribe, do all the stuff, pointing my finger at you. Maybe you're pointing the finger back at me. What does that even mean? We'll figure it out next episode. We've been thinking about episode 500, so stay tuned for that. It'll be cool. It'll be awesome.
We definitely didn't forget.
We definitely did not forget. We're actually thinking about it this time. Send this to your dog's favorite manga animator.
Wow.
Yeah. And until then.
Wu-Tang!